What if I told you that the shiny new car that sits in your driveway could lose over 70% of its value in just 5 years? Now, that's not a scare tactic, it's a brutal reality for some of today's most overhyped vehicles. So imagine dropping 70,000 on a car today and 5 years later it's worth less than 20,000. Well, that's like lighting stacks of cash on fire. And here's the kicker. Some of these worthless cars come from luxury brands that market themselves as status symbols, but in reality, well, they're nothing but financial sinkholes on wheels. So today, I'm counting down the 20 cars that are basically worthless and that you should never waste your money on. Trust me, you want to stick around until the end because the number one spot, well, that will completely shock you. But just before we take a deep dive, it's imperative you hit that like button and subscribe so that you get notified the minute we produce another game-changing video that affects your finances. And I promise you will appreciate it. So buckle up and let's take a deep plunge. So depreciation isn't just about numbers. It's about how quickly your investment evaporates the second you drive off the lot. Now, some vehicles lose half their value within the first 3 years, and by year 5, well, they're nearly worthless. The culprits? Well, they tend to be luxury sedans that nobody wants anymore, oversized gas guzzlers, bleeding owners dry at the pump, and even supposedly cutting-edge electric vehicles that age worse than last year's iPhone. So don't click away, because knowing this list, well, it could literally save you tens of thousands of dollars. So let's not waste any more of your valuable time. I'm going to count down the cars that bleed extreme value, starting at number 20 and working all the way down to number 1. So stay with me, guys. So in at number 20 is the Audi A7 sedan. Now, this once popular luxury sedan looks sleek, but in 5 years, it loses over 60% of its value, around $43,000 just gone. Now, owners report electronics failing left and right once warranties expire, and that turns this car into a ticking repair bill. Sedans are dying, SUVs are in, and the A7, well, it's a casualty of that shift. On to number 19, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Now, the king of luxury sedans is also the king of losing money. A 5-year-old S-Class sheds nearly $71,000 in value. Repairs? Astronomical. Even small electric glitches often cost $1,500 minimum. It's the definition of a luxury trap, so avoid it at all costs. At number 18, we have the Land Rover Discovery. British style, British headaches. See, the Discovery loses about $37,000 in 5 years, and owners complain endlessly about suspension and electrical problems. You'll spend more time at the mechanic than you will behind the wheel if you buy this nugget. In at number 17, excuse me, the Audi A6. Now, another Audi, another wallet drainer. With 60% depreciation in 5 years, it's a brutal combo of declining sedan demand, unreliable electronics, and stiff competition from more reliable Japanese brands. So stay away. In at number 16, we have the Cadillac Escalade. Yes, the SUV that screams luxury also screams worthless. See, the Escalade plummets 61% in 5 years, losing over $53,000. Poor fuel economy and high fleet use tank its resale value. Now, many used Escalades were once rentals. Now, do you really want someone else's airport shuttle? Not me. In at number 15, the Infiniti QX60. Now, this SUV depreciates over 61%, and that's about $31,000. Essentially, it's a dressed-up Nissan Pathfinder. It charges luxury prices but delivers mediocre performance. Buyers figure it out, and resellers totally collapse. So again, another car you want to avoid. In at number 14, Yet another Audi, the Q7. Now, big, heavy, and packed with electronics that loves to fail, it loses about 61% of its value in 5 years. And common repairs like suspension failures, well, they can literally cost thousands. Do not go there, my friends. Number 13, the BMW 5 Series. Now, this classic German sports sedan has fallen hard, with depreciation at a massive 61.7%. The flooded used market means that these sit unsold while repair bills climb sky high. Avoid at all costs. Number 12, the Audi A8L. The Audi's flagship sedan, a 62% drop in 5 years, and that means nearly 58,000 just gone. Overly complex electronics and guaranteed suspension failures make this car a nightmare to own. Down to number 11, the Land Rover Range Rover. Now, the infamous Range Rover loses a shocking 63%, and that's nearly 68,000 in just 5 years. Everyone knows these break down constantly, which is why many people lease them just to return them before the real headaches begin to start. On to number 10, the Cadillac Escalade ESV. Now, the bigger version of the Escalade doesn't fare any better. 57,000 gone in 5 years, plus single-digit fuel economy. Resale buyers avoid them like the plague, and so should you. On to number 9, the Tesla Model X. Now, EVs don't always hold value, but the Model X, it loses 64% of its value thanks to expensive Falcon wing door repairs that can cost up to $30,000, as well as tech that becomes outdated almost overnight. Avoid this car. Number 8, the Maserati Levante. Now, exotic names don't save you from reality. The Levante drops nearly 64% in 5 years, with repair bills that make German cars look pretty cheap. Limited dealer support makes it even worse. Avoid this car. Number 7, might be a bit of a surprise this one, the Nissan Leaf. Now, the Leaf was an early EV pioneer, but now it's hopelessly outdated with limited range and degrading batteries. It loses 64% in 5 years, and many 2020 models can barely go 120 miles on a charge today. Number 6, the BMW 5 Series Hybrid. Now, you would think hybrid equals savings, but this one is the total opposite. It loses 65% of value in 5 years and comes with double the problems. German car issues plus hybrid system failures makes this car a real no-go. On to number 5, the Maserati Ghibli. Now, this Italian luxury sedan loses 65% of its value, and owners say the style doesn't make up for the headaches. Parts often take weeks to ship from Italy, and maintenance starts at 4 figures. Avoid that one, my friends. Number 4, the Infiniti QX80. Oversized, outdated, and overpriced. The QX80 loses a massive 65% in 5 years. That's over $53,000 just gone. Fuel economy is pitiful, and buyers simply aren't lining up for them. Avoid that one. Number 3, another Tesla, this time the Model S. Now, the flagship Tesla bleeds value with a 65% drop. Battery replacements can cost over $20,000, and new EVs consistently outperform older models in range and features. Number 2, the BMW 7 Series. Now, the 7 Series sedan is a financial disaster, losing 67% of its value in just 5 years. It's loaded with overcomplicated electronics. It leaves mechanics scratching their heads and owners writing massive checks. So here we are finally with the number 1 car to avoid at all costs. And I hate to say it, but it's a Jaguar, and it's the Jaguar I-Pace. Here it is, the single most worthless car on the market today. The Jaguar I-Pace loses an insane 72% of its value in just 5 years, dropping from 72,000 to just over 20,000. Now, if you combine unreliable electronics, expensive specialized repairs, and a pitiful driving range compared to newer EVs, and you have the ultimate money pit. So now you've seen the list, what can you do? Well, first of all, avoid these models at all costs, unless you enjoy losing money. Second, if you must buy one, buy it used after someone else already took the depreciation hit. And third, focus on vehicles with strong reliability ratings and demand, like Toyota, Honda, or certain Ford trucks, which actually retain their value over time. So, my friends, now you know the 20 most worthless cars to avoid in 2025. So which one shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear if you've ever owned any of these money pits. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe so that you don't miss a future video that could save you thousands. And hit the bell, because we're making a future video on the best cars to buy that actually hold their value. Because if you're avoiding the worst, well, let's face it, you should know the best. So have a great day, my friends, and I'll see you guys on the next one.